Hey guys, welcome back to the Handy Tech channel. If this is your first time on my channel, please go back and have a look at the laundry videos 1 through to 3 to pick up some other tips and have a look at how we got to this stage. If you're just here to have a look at this Rustoleum Tile Transformation kit, then please keep watching. And please keep in mind, I'm just a self-taught handyman and this is really just my experience using the product. Alright, let's get into it. The first thing I did was get some 50mm masking tape and go around and tape off all the areas that would likely be hit by paint that I didn't want to be painted. So that meant all the sections of wall around the kick tile, taped off the basin for the sink, and I taped off the sliding door area as well. You can be pretty careful with the paint, but it's always safer just to mask. Now let's have a look at the kit, and this kit cost me 107 Australian dollars. Inside you get the paint, which comes in 2 parts. There's part A and part B. One is an activator, a roller for applying the paint, some scuff pads for preparing the surface, and the cleaning agent to go with it. It also came with some stirring sticks and a DVD and information booklet. This is the cleaning agent that they give you, and it's basically just like a sort of white gritty powder, and you're supposed to use gloves according to the manual, but I didn't use any gloves and nothing went wrong with my hands, so that's up to you. And I just applied this white powder over the area that I wanted to clean, and then I used the scuff pads with some water to get in and sort of scrub the tiles and try to lift up any dirt and just prep the surface. Now it definitely helps having 2 people do this job, and we just really took our time and tried to make sure we were covering every area that was going to be painted, and I pretty much used all of the cleaner. I did notice that afterwards it left a residue on the floor, and so the following step was to remove that residue and get ready for paint. You've got to be really careful with this paint. It shows up any sort of bits of fluff or inconsistencies that you introduce into it. So that's why I'm cleaning off my girlfriend's feet before she stands in the room, and then she can use some boiling water with a clean mop and try to remove any last sort of residue of dirt or that cleaning solution that was on the floor. Now we can mix up the paint, and you basically crack open part B, which is the paint, and then you can pour in part A slowly while you're stirring, and I just used one of the wooden stirrers that was provided, and it says you've got to stir for about 2 minutes, which I did until I had a nice smooth consistency and both of the parts were thoroughly mixed in. This paint has a curing time of about 90 minutes, so you definitely have to work in twos, and you've got to be fast when you put it on as well. So it's a little bit nerve-wracking, but overall it ends up pretty nice. I'd also suggest that you don't pour out all the paint into your paint tray straight away. Just pour out less than half of it and see how you go and how fast you can apply it. When the paint's still in the tin, it's probably less likely to go off as fast as it does when it's sitting in the paint tray. Now we can apply the paint, and again we're working in twos. I've got a 50mm brush there, and Ash is using the roller to apply the paint. It's very sticky paint, I'd call it, and it's quite hard to get the paint into the grout between the tiles. So using that 50mm brush just really helps push that paint down, and we kind of just went back and forth and took turns. I think at the start we were a little bit conservative with how much paint we were using. We were conscious that the kit we bought only covers 5 meters squared, and I think the laundry size was a little bit too big for that. So you actually see we deliberately missed a patch that's going to be covered via the cupboards, and that's so that we definitely had enough paint to cover the areas that would be seen. I did try out another roller. This one was a foam one, and it just wasn't as good as the roller they had supplied with the kit. And in this clip you can see that patch that we left in the back corner, and again that's going to be covered by cupboards, so it doesn't really matter that it's not painted. And luckily we did that as well, because the paint that was left over was just enough to cover the areas that would be seen. The drying time for the paint, I think it's about 10 hours. You can walk on it with some socks, and they recommend pulling off the masking tape before it's fully cured. And full cure time is about 24 hours, and we pretty much lift ours for a day and a half. The surface finish overall is pretty good, and the GoPro view there just shows a little bit closer detail on how it looks. Thanks for watching this video. There's a little before and after, so you can sort of see what a difference $100 can make. If you stick around for part 5, which is coming soon, you'll have a look at the masking coming off, and we can continue renovating the laundry. I really hope that you picked up some tips watching this video and that you give it a go yourself. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up or subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks guys. See you next time.